Welcome back to tonight's crypto and market recap. You know it's your boy, still behind this wheel, Avatar John, and the world's running hot tonight. Markets twitch, screens glow, and somewhere out there, money's moving faster than truth. One headline pardons a king, another whispers war. Gold steady near 2370, but confidence slipping through fingers. AI's rewriting the rulebook while crypto builds a new one from scratch. You can feel it. Tort building under the floorboards, traction fighting to hold. And I know the reason you're here. You came for the heat. You came for the XXX money picks. That's Christian's lane. We'll hand him the keys at the end. But before we drop into gear, make sure you smash that like, hit that follow, and share this with your fellow degens, and even your cousin who just loves Pepe Coin. All right, let's roll. Global dashboards are flashing red and green like a casino floor at dawn. The Fed keeps whispering soft landing, but the numbers don't lie. Liquidity's tightening again. The dollar flexes just under 99.5. Yields climb a hair. Curve still bent out of shape. 10-year at 4.54. 2-year near 4.9. Oil's coasting around 88 a barrel. Copper's asleep. Gold's holding that 2360 to 80 zone, not collapsing. Not rallying, just waiting. That's control under pressure. Stocks limp sideways. Volumes weak. Brett's thinner than dealer coffee. Every bounce fades, but beneath the calm, capital's repositioning, moving out of fear into precision. It's not panic, it's preparation. Crypto's where the story actually moves. Bitcoin supply on exchanges just hit the lowest level since 2018. About 2.19 million coins left that can even be sold. That's a fuse, not a statistic. OTC desks are roaring. For every dollar flowing onto exchanges, 3 are disappearing off into custody. Whales are loading trunks, not tweeting. Stablecoins expand again. Tether mints another 400 million. USDC burnt a little. Dry powders building for the next lap. DeFi flows are shifting, money leaving to old highways and gunning towards Solana, Base, and Sui. Those chains are the new racetrack. And then policy throws gasoline on the fire. Trump signs the pardon for CZ. Binance's founder walks, and the so-called crypto war ends overnight. That single act cleared years of fog. Within hours, Hong Kong approves the first spot Solana ETF, Asia's gateway for institutional flow. Then Fidelity drops the hammer, adding Solana support across its platform. $5.8 trillion of traditional money now has a clean button labeled SOL. By midday, Rowe Price, a century-old fund giant, files its own multi-coin ETF. That's not retail noise. That's the establishment moving in. Meanwhile, Trump's scheduled face-to-face with the Chinese president at APEC. First bilateral since his return, and markets already pricing a softer trade tone. A thaw like that eases pressure on tech, on crypto, on everything denominated in risk. For once, politics gave markets oxygen instead of smoke. AI's torque keeps everything spinning. Sam Altman announces SkyX ChatGPT, merging vision and action, machines that see and move. NVIDIA's Blackwell clusters ship early to Tesla and Amazon. It's no longer about hype, it's industrial now. AI chips are the new oil rigs. And somewhere in a lab, an algorithm just wrote a song that passed the Turing test. When code can create art that fools emotion, you've crossed into a new economy. Compute becomes currency. AI's the torque, crypto's the traction. Together, they form the drive shaft of the next decade. Now we pull into Harveys Casino in South Lake Tahoe, the trench tonight. Neon reflections on wet asphalt, cold air rolling off the lake. Christian XXX just walked back from the Lucky Beaver bar, still wiping steak juice from his hands after a medium rare aged Wagyu burger and 2 fingers of bullet. He drops into his corner booth, 2 laptops open, one screen locked on Deck Screener, the other cycling through BullX, GMGN, and Axiom dashboards. Those 3 tools are his trio of truth. BullX for momentum reads, GMGN for early chain flow alerts, Axiom for forensic wallet tracking. They don't predict, they reveal. You just have to listen. The casino floor hums under his boots as he starts calling out the chips on the table. Solana's the high limit pit tonight. Meteora, ticker MET, about a day and a half old, 500 million fully diluted, 23 million in liquidity, 30 plus million in volume, and nearly 40,000 holders. Then Valor, 2 days old, 4.4 million market cap, 270K liquidity, steady 2 million volume. Both moving like sharks under the surface. Base chain plays the mid-stakes tables. Cygnus shows 12 hours on-chain, 300 million valuation, deep liquidity, 14 million traded already. Ping follows close, solid 1 million plus pool, volume humming under 2 million. BNB lanes the smoky backroom with high risk, high reward. Dragon fresh off launch at 1 million FDV and 6 million volume. Sharks still loading in from the scanner, early, liquid, hungry. Christian leans back, checks BullX for momentum spikes, cross-verifies ownership locks in GMGN, then pings Axiom to see if whales are mirroring his bets. He smiles when the charts line up. Confirmation is his dealer sliding an ace across the felt. He doesn't say much, just leans into the mic. Patience is the house edge in this game. You don't beat it by getting lucky. You beat it by waiting for odds that make sense. Outside, the lights from Harveys bounce off the lake. Inside, the click of keyboard keys replaces slot machines. That's the trench. Calculated risk, controlled chaos, discipline with a drink. All right, Garage Gang, before we wrap this lap, let's swing over to the TA desk. You know the routine. I get the read from Lulu, the head of technicals, here in the garage. She's been watching the screens all night, and here's what she's seeing. Bitcoin's hanging around 110,200. It's riding that short-term support line. If it stays above 110.2, buyers keep the upper hand, and we can test 110.6 again. But if it slips below 110 even, watch for that quick pull down toward 109.6. That's your warning lane. Ethereum's been steady near 3,850. It's basically idling. It needs to get above 3870 to show real strength. Drop under 3810, and it probably drifts down toward 38 flat before catching any grip. Solana's still holding the fast lane, trading near 191. Stay above 190 and the tires keep crabbing. Lose 189 and it could slide toward 188 quick. Simple as that. Traction or no traction. Cardano's at about 64 cents. It's actually building nice higher lows. If it can keep that level, it's got room to push towards 65. Lose 62 and the momentum starts to spin out. Lulu said to keep it simple. Bitcoin above 110.2 is fine. Ethereum meets 3870 to wake up. Solana above 190 stays quick. And Cardano holds the grip as long as 64 doesn't break. That's the pulse from the charts. Clear, no drama. By the way, none of this is financial advice. The head of TA in our garage is Lulu. And if you didn't know, she's a pig. So do your own research. And most important, let it